It's a warm day here in the Dome Gymnasium for a Mid-South clash between the Thomas More Saints and your Bluefield University Rams. I'm Jackson Bass, joined today by Kirsten Palmboss, member of the women's volleyball team. How are you doing today, Kirsten?
I'm doing great. You know, it's a beautiful day outside, and I think this can be a great game.
I'm going to have to disagree with you there. It was pretty cold outside, and when I brought the camera in, it fogged up. It was... You kind of talked to me a little bit about how different this team is. This is a home opener, so some of our viewers haven't been able to see some of the newer people. What have you seen from some of the new freshmen, like Jamari Starks or you told me that Ferdinand Morales?
Yeah, well, they're both DSs, and they both have come in this year, and they've definitely put up a fight for that DS position, that libero position. They've came out strong. I've seen some of them practice. They've joined some of our open gyms as well for the women's, and they really go out there hard, and they give their all. And I honestly think that this is a whole different team than it was last year.
Now, you know, kind of update the viewers. What has the women's volleyball team been up to since we last saw you guys when you sadly fell to Brenau University in the ACE championships?
Yeah, that was a rough one for us, but we've been working out every day, every week. We've been doing a lot of open gyms, lots of reps, and a lot of that kind of situation kind of stuff, and working with some of the men for some of our stuff as well. We actually start our practices again right after spring break, and then we have some scrimmages in the spring and April.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And as everybody gets set, your starters for Thomas More: number 5, Mason Cobbler; number 3, Jacob Werman; number 4, Jonathan Litzler; number 14 is not on their roster. Trying to see, I believe that's number 8, Connor Young. That would have been the 5 for them. Now for your Bluefield University Rams starters: number 13, Jovion Banks; number 11, Caleb Word; number 7, Gadiel Diaz; number 6, Fernand Morales; We're set. Blocked. Hit a little too hard by number 14. He's not on the roster. That happens in just about every sport. You think that they be able to fill out a roster. I'll have to figure that out in between sets who that is. Serving for the Rams, Ferdinand Morales. Morales comes from Toa Alto, Puerto Rico. They get across, Morales under, Word. Gadiel Diaz, big hit. Hit a little too hard by Jovion Banks, all tied up 1-1 here in the first set. Back to serve for your Thomas More Saints, number 5, Mason Cobbler. The service error comes up. Rams back with the possession. Caleb Word, big leader for this Bluefield Rams men's volleyball team, kind of the right-hand man to Coach A. Cobbler blocked at the line by Jovion Banks. Rams take a commanding 2-point lead. Word back at the line. Dropped in by Werman. 3-2. Now back to serve number 14. Comes across the line. Mutter. Diaz with a big hit. He'll go back to the line to serve. Gadiel Diaz coming from San Lorenzo, Puerto Rico. Morales under it. Word.
Touch. They called a touch on that, off the block. Bluefield got the point.
Score now 5-2. And Kirsten, kind of talk about, and you might not know too much, but about the big influence that the Puerto Ricans have on this team. I know that Coach A recruits a lot from our southern border.
Oh yeah, Coach A definitely loves it. I think just part of him, like being able to keep the team diverse, and it also helps with being able to like help each other on the team, because obviously in like Puerto Rico area, where a majority of our players are actually from this year, we actually have a few coming in for the women's team as well in the fall, hopefully at least. And just being able to see them go out there and play their hearts out, they definitely have that role model status, and they have things that they have been taught that have been able to help our team as well to make it more of a trickier way to read it for the other teams.
And I can definitely tell, especially since I remember when I interviewed Coach A for Spanish Heritage Month, as that comes across, as that tips off the hand of Alvaro Grande, that Caleb Ward swears that he understands that Portuguese and Spanish that everybody says, but I think he's picked up a little, but they're still saying some stuff.
I'm still learning it.
Miller with the serve. Word. That drops in from Ben Albers from Delhi, Ohio. Back to serve for the Saints, number 13, Tanner Miller again from Loveland, Ohio. Of course, Thomas Moore has that service error. Score now, 7-5. Thomas Moore located in Crestview Hills, Kentucky, on the northern side of Cincinnati. I know they've got a fantastic sports media program over there. A lot of them get to work with the Cincinnati Reds. As that big hit from Cobbler hits a couple rams and drops in. Now 7-6, a very close matchup to start this off. Now back to serve, Connor Young from Cincinnati, Ohio. Robinson, Word. Kick from Grande. Morales. Robinson tries to drop it in. Big dig from Morales. Diaz blocked at the line by a couple of Saints, all tied up 7-7. Young back for his third serve. Diaz, a hit from 14, calls a touch, and the Saints get their first lead of the set. Diaz, where it drops in. David Adkins coming in to see his first action. Young with the serve. Morales, Martin. Cobbler pushes it over. Morales all over the court. And dropped in by number 23, Brock Casson. Young will go back for his nth number serve now. Line judge calls it out. Lucky break for the Rams, and Robinson will go back to the line. Couple dribbles. The serve. Cobbler hits it off the hands of Morales. It'll go out. Score now 11-8. Back to serve for the Saints, number 16, Matt Gagnon. One of the 6 players from Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a big place. Morales, Martin. Big hit with Diaz, drops in after a failed block.
Tooling the block can make it really hard on the defense too, because that ball can bounce around anywhere it wants.
And with the power that comes from the outside hitter, Gadiel Diaz, you're going to need almost your entire team to try to block that one. Morales will go back to serve. Cobbler with a big hit. Mutter under it. Morales. Diaz. Young was under that one. Big hit. Or tips it. Diaz blocked. That drops in. I don't even know if Jovion Banks had to assist that one.
It looks as if they actually called Jovion over the net and gave the point to Thomas More.
Cobbler back in the line. Diaz with a big hit. Very back and forth match. Cobbler puts it up. The hit from Miller. Miller trying to get under it. The Rams aren't going to make it there in time. Score now 13-10. Word. Robinson. Cobbler able to recover. Bumped back over by Litzler. The kill from Jovion Banks. Gadiel Diaz will go back to the line. Cobbler pushed over. Waiting to see if they're going to call possible violation. I guess they're going to call the violation on Thomas More. Serve from Diaz. Litzler. Cobbler. Too much power off of Werman. Werman was trying to signal for the touch. He's not going to get it. All tied up 13-13. Across. Cobbler. Word. Diaz pushes it over. Cobbler. And blocked to the line. Albers tried to recover that one. And the Rams are going to reclaim the lead. Diaz. Cobbler. Blocked to the line, Albers. Cobbler to Albers. Albers pushes it over. Robinson there. Banks not able to get under it quite yet. Score now 14-all. Jonathan Litzler from Edgewood, Kentucky to serve. Diaz, Word. A little miscommunication on the Thomas More Saints side. Point Bluefield.
That is one thing in volleyball is if you mess up your communication, the entire point is just a struggle, and it's hard to get back on that right pace.
I remember during the women's season, I talked to Tony Martin, and volleyball is literally one of those few sports that's all about you get the points off of your opponent's mistakes.
Oh, 110%. It makes it very difficult because you always forget that sometimes you have to make the mistakes too for the other teams to be able to get their points. And then a lot of people, there's some players that just let that get in their head a lot, and it can really affect the mental state of the entire game for the entire team as well.
Thomas Moore up to serve after a little too much power from Leo Fernandez. Serve. Word. Fernandez blocked to the line. Word not able to get under it. The serve. Service error. Rams will go back to the line.
Thomas Moore has actually missed quite a few serves for them. I think that's definitely got to be their weakest point at this moment of this game. And Bluefield, hopefully, throughout the last few points, they've been taking advantage of that as much as they can.
Definitely have, and I think Mason Cobbler from the Saints has been the biggest role, the reason the Saints are still in this. Saints coming into that after a somewhat of a punch by Albert. Or the Saints are still in this. Saints coming into this contest 2-6. Rams coming into this 4-5. Litzler, Miller. The drop in from Casson. $17 Connor Young, the junior. Diaz. Miller pushes it over. Kirsten, you know what just happened? I love it.
Yeah, so Caleb got a one-handed block on one of the tallest players on Thomas Moore's team, and I think that definitely just fired up Bluefield big time because, as you can tell, Caleb isn't exactly one of the taller players on Bluefield's team. He's a little smaller, and to be able to get a one-handed block like that and push it back over on a two-handed block by a taller player, that's a very rare thing, and as a setter, that's a huge accomplishment for setters, and he definitely got fired up from that, and you can tell the entire bench was ready for it, and they all were there for him.
And the hopefully the motivation wasn't deflated. The big kill from Jadiel Diaz. I guess it didn't. Service error from Robinson in the previous serve had no effect on the momentum that Bluefield has.
Bluefield definitely feeds off each other's energy, and they feed off of each other. So if they have a positive energy going, they're going to be positive on the court, and it's going to continuously go with that.
Serve from Morales. Pushed over. It's going to veer past the far touchline. 19-all. And Kirsten, I think it has something to definitely do with the dome. I know we don't have that many visitors here currently, but I know on a weekday, the dome can get pretty exciting.
Yeah, I would definitely say Saturday mornings, not many college kids want to get out of bed because it's their one day that they know they get to sleep in. We also have a few teams traveling this weekend as well, so that makes it harder as well. But I think once they get like a home game, they have try next weekend as well, which I hopefully more people will show up because they'll have later games in the afternoon, more people will be able to make it, and hopefully not lots of homework with spring break coming up soon.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Recovery from Fernandez. Check that. Number 14 back in the line. As Kirsten mentioned, although we do have a couple teams on the road at 2 and 4 p.m. today on the Rams Digital Sports Network, men's volleyball will be taking on their first AAC opponent of the season here at Bowen Field against the Union Bulldogs. Don't forget to tune into that. Serve from 14. Mutter. Great save. A little surprised with that call.
That one's definitely a tough one because he is in the back row and it did go over. However, he was not above the playing field of the net, so it definitely shouldn't have been called, but most refs see it a little bit differently, and if she saw his hand go above, then she had all right to call it.
Big kill from Gadiel Diaz. And like it didn't matter that our call didn't go this way, we're going to try to dominate. Diaz with the serve. Score 21 all. Cobbler. Blocked at the line by Jovion Banks and Devin Robinson. They trying to call them for celebrating? The ref kind of waved his finger. Maybe he's warning the bench a little.
They can't really do much about the bench cheering themselves, but if the players on the court are saying things across the net, then they can. And I wouldn't be surprised if on that one they got a little excited, and it may have looked as if they were talking across the net when really they were just screaming because they were excited to get that point and to have an amazing block like that. Like that ball went straight down, and that's one of the best blocks you possibly can get.
Well, we're going to think of one of our sponsors. Since 1989, Black Tie Charter has gone the extra mile to provide its clients with exceptional service. The Rams ride with Black Tie Charters. Since 1984, Swope Construction has led the way in innovative commercial construction solutions for West Virginia and Virginia. Swope Construction, a proud sponsor of Bluefield University Athletics. The Rams will take the court. Diaz to serve. Couple dribbles. The serve. Litzler. Cobbler. Warman. And backwards progress. Didn't go in favor of the Rams. All tied up 22-22. Litzler with the serve. Right to Diaz. Robinson blocked. Ward with the set. Verdinez blocked. Morales blocked again. Banks not able to bump that one up. 23-22. It's going to be very important to see what the Rams can do here in crunch time. Kirsten, if you're Coach A right now, what are you probably telling your boys?
I'm telling my boys to ignore the fact that their team is very energetic and very on their feet as they just got 3 block attempts at the same time and then got the block on that third one. That's a huge accomplishment for Thomas More at the moment. If I was Coach A, I'd be telling my boys, like, let's take a deep breath. We're still in this game. Like, you got to win by 2. They still have to get 2 more. We're going to get 3 before they even get 1. Like, this is our game. This is our home court. This is our team.
And hopefully that's the attitude of our Rams. They make their way back out on the court. Litzler back to serve for the Saints. Robinson. Its net goes over Cobbler. Miller hits it across Word. Morales. Hernandez puts it over the line. Tying it up 23-23. And Terrell Boston.
Those are those crucial points right now where you can't be making the small mistakes of touching that net or stepping on the line when you serve. These are very crucial moments where everything needs to be perfect.
As Albert puts that one under the net. Ram will set up, set point. The Saints are going to take another timeout. Now, I think that's the way you want to deflate a team's momentum. To go into set point here.
Bluefield most definitely has the momentum right now and the energy and the will to actually want to. Thomas More is starting to fall apart a little bit towards the end of these points. So I think Bluefield's putting a little more pressure on them than they have throughout the game. Like they're starting to make those perfect plays, and Thomas More doesn't really know how to react to it right now.
Rams jogging back onto the court. Boston from Richmond, Virginia, back to serve. Goes across Albert. Cobbler. Albert again, Boston under it. Litzler. Block attempt, no good. Robinson. Diaz. Ferdinand trying to put it up. It'll be a double hit. And now we're going to be forced to go into extra points. So it's all tied up 24-24, and Tanner Miller will go back to the line. Rams currently coming off a 2-game win streak.
He tried to pull that back, but he just got under it a little too much and could not get that ball over the net. Which is a very difficult play as it was. He was pushed very far out.
Miller with the quick tempo serve. Word. Robinson, Litzler not able to get under it. Oh, Rams will tie it up 25-25.
You could definitely tell in Robinson's face on that one. He wanted that kill. He wanted that point. At this point, it's just who wants it more.
Tony Martin with the serve. Albert. Miller across the Cobbler. Blocked the line. Word. Grande gets the kill in that fire back corner. Sets up another set point for the Rams. Martin back to serve. See what the 7-5-7 can do. Litzler, Miller, Cobbler. It's blocked to the line by Grande and Word, and the Rams take set number 1. And we'll be back shortly on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams take set number 1, 26-25. Kirsten, what were some of the takeaways that we could get from the Rams offense in set number 1?
I would definitely say towards the beginning of the set, they were still kind of warming up a little, weren't 100% there. I think towards the end of that set, you could even see it with Robinson, with Diaz, with Banks, Alvaro, like all those guys, you could see them start connecting with their set a little bit better, like kind of warmed up, ready to go. And you could see them attacking a lot harder and being more aggressive with the ball, which I don't think Thomas More was ready for, because they were a little more like, I don't know, exactly like more petite with the ball in the beginning of the set, not wanting to make mistakes, wanting to start off good. And I think towards the end of that set, they got their confidence ready to start getting that energy, and they went out there to play.
And the serve from Cobbler comes across. Push back. Diaz able to hit it over.
He was a little early on that one, so the ball was behind his head, which is a very difficult play to try to even make in the first place.
Kind of looked like Odell Beckham Jr. trying to catch that football.
Oh, most definitely.
Another serve from Cobbler. Diaz. Diaz with the kill.
And there's those hard swings I was talking about. Now that they're ready, they're out there. They're seeing those holes in their defense. Now that they know kind of how their other team plays, they're finding every weak player, the weaknesses on the team, and how to attack that the most.
Serve from Morales. Cobbler. Werman blocked to the line. Cobbler puts it up. That's pushed across. Great dig by Morales. Blocked to the line. Point Bluefield. Energy starting to pick up here in the dome. Couple dribbles. Morales. Litzler. Cobbler. Miller. Diaz. Miller trying to hit it back over. Litzler. Banks with the kill.
There were a lot of holes in the defense and in the block on that one. You could see that Banks saw that and definitely took advantage of every spot he could.
You can see definitely the difference in communication from both teams. It's the service error from Morales. A kill from Gadiel Diaz.
You can definitely tell that Jadiel is fired up now, and he is ready to play. He is finding every hole on that other side of that court. Only a few points in the game, and he's already gotten 2 or 3 kills.
Caleb Ward, the setter, serves Albert. Kyler puts it up. Word. And a big hit from Fernandez. Rims off a couple of Saints. Rams go up 3. Albert. Cobbler. Albert with the big hit. He'll get the touch on the far touchline. Litzler back to serve. Morales. Word saves it. Morales. Fernandez. Serve from Litzler. Comes across Mutter. Fernandez blocked the line. It'll go out of bounds. 6-4. Diaz adjusts his shoe. It's the call from the ref. Big jump. Robinson. able to get under it. And Miller will go to the line. Diaz.
Beautiful set by
Robinson.
Caleb on that one. That's a tough call by an official, not gonna lie. That was a little fine line for this early in the game, too.
Service error from Miller since possession. Back to the Rams.
Thomas More has made quite a few serving errors, and it's only the second set, beginning of it. Not looking too bright for them.
Boston. Cobbler with the big hit. Dribbles in front of the Bluefield blocking team. And then a little bit of miscommunication. Puts another point on the board for the Saints.
Yeah, Thomas More definitely took advantage of that miscommunication right there, putting that spot where they knew that there would be a little lack of it.
Young with the serve. Morales. Robinson. Miller. Word. Robinson. Push back in. As that's put across by Casson. Touches a couple Rams. And Young will go back to serve once again. Word. Grande blocked the line. 9-7. Miller. A little too much heat from number 14. Bisecting the court, going out of bounds. 9-8. Tony Martin to serve. Litzler. Miller. Cobbler tries to be sneaky, but goes out of bounds, tying it up 9-9. Morales not able to get there in time. Score 10-9. Gagnon to serve, a freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio. Diaz the set. Too much pressure from Robinson. 11-9. Gagnon. Grande with the big hit. Miller. Miller. As number 14 hits it into the net. 11-10. Now, obviously, the women's team for women's volleyball helping out here across the dome. And I've never been a line judge, obviously. What's that? Do you have any analysis on that, Kirsten?
Well, line judging in a volleyball match is very difficult, due to the fact of fans don't like half the time what you say.
The service error from Cobbler. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you. I mean, is there there's any biases when you line judge since you're here at home?
Personally, for me, no, just because I know these guys, and I know if I did in the first place, they would get mad at us because they want to win fair and square. They don't want any extra leniency or anything like that. They want the dub for the reason that they played hard, not because other people helped them out. And I would have to say Stephanie and Lauren are both online judging tonight, and they're both very honest and will be 100% like, sorry guys, that was in, or sorry guys, that was out. Situations like that. Then we'll hear about it in class the next week.
There's another service error. As Kirsten's been talking about the entire broadcast, how pivotal those service errors will sway a team score. Word.
I know the girls' team in the fall, we struggled a lot with our serves as well, just finding that perfect momentum between our teammates. And I think Thomas More is struggling with that right now as well. And it's not something easy.
Put over by, sorry about that.
No,
Put over
good.
by Litzer. Word. Robinson. Check that. Banks knocks it out. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kirsten.
No, you're totally fine. Serving's just a huge mental game. If you tell yourself, like, you got to get this in, like, it's okay, don't miss, you're going to miss because you're telling yourself that you don't think you can do it. But if you go back there and you tell yourself, I'm going to make this serve, you'll make it almost 99% of the time.
That's over by Diaz. Like Robinson was coming in for Mutter. Serve from Diaz. Service error for the Rams. 15-13. Miller to serve. Morales. Fernandez. And a kill from Jovian Banks brings the Rams within one. Boston back to serve. Albert. Casson. Boston not quite able to put that up. Jovian Banks coming in for Boston. And then, Kirsten, I never understood that when somebody comes in, just to tag back out.
So in that situation, like the situation they just had, Terrell Boston went in to serve, and due to it being for the middles, in order for Fernand to be able to get back in as the libero position, Terrell has to sub back out with Jovian, and then they would switch between Jovian and Fernand, because in that situation, the libero can only substitute for the two that he's beginning, or the two middles of that game. Where if he tried to sub in for Terrell, when Jovian would want to come back in, it wouldn't work. They'd have to sub each other out then.
I saw it happen a couple times when the women's games would start, and you would sub back in the libero. As the Rams tie it up 16 all, and Tony Martin goes back to serve. Miller. Casson blocked to the line. Rams take the lead. Miller. Cobbler. As it touched a couple of Rams. Saints tied up 17-17. And Gagnon to serve. Martin trying to recover, and it'll... Oh, Golly.
You'd be surprised at some of these boys. They will do anything to get that ball, even if it means jumping in the bleachers, as you saw 2 of them do on that last play.
I don't know. I don't think I can just say that about the guys' team. I think the girls are a little more, I think boys are a little more cautious.
Yeah.
I've seen the girls step over people when we used to have people down here on the floor, but due to COVID, figured the best to stay in the upstairs sitting area. That's put over by 14. Scored out 18-17. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just like men's and women's soccer. Women are so much more aggressive in athletics. It's pretty crazy. Grande, Cobbler. They go over by Gagnon as they go straight into the net. Score now 19-18. Robinson from Richmond. Miller. That's Werman's block to the line. It'll tie up 19 all.
Looks like Thomas More is struggling between their hitters and their setter right now, getting that connection. You can see it on their faces every single time they go up to swing that ball. There's always something wrong with it. And now it looks like Bluefield's going to start making those errors.
And you talked about it in set number 1, how important when it comes down, you can't give up stupid things like a net violation or service errors. The serve from Cobbler, who hasn't done so hot at the serving circle. And it's proved right there, 20 all. Morales back to serve. Cobbler. Kill from Werman. Score now 21-20.
That's a tough one, too, though, because he did take that ball a little bit behind his head, which can almost be considered a carry or a throw. But this ref hasn't really been calling things like doubles or throws or anything like that so far in this game.
Yeah, I have noticed that. A big hit from Diaz. The entire Thomas More Saints trying to recover from that one. A kill from Gadiel Diaz, man! I don't know if the people at home were able to catch that on camera. It was so quick. As the Rams tie it up.
He said the first one didn't work. Oh, here, let me give you a second one. He said, I'm putting this ball down. I do not care. Which is, at this point in the game, this is where we need that kind of momentum with a tie game at 21-21 right now.
Word. And they're not going to say that Cobbler was able to get under it, touching the floor. Rams take the lead here in the final 5 points.
That was probably the first time, I think, this entire game that upref has called a double or anything like that. I'm a little surprised, in all honesty, because she hasn't been calling any, and there were some very questionable ones so far.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a couple plays where Bluefield's side would be like, that's a double, and then they'd have to kind of be like, oh my gosh, the ball's coming our side. Reset it for you. 22-21. Rams currently have a 1-set lead. We go into the final points of set number 2. Rams, although have a 5-4 record overall, have a 3-2 record in the Mid-South Conference. And we'll actually be moving into the AAC, well, the newly created AAC conference next season. A couple more teams like Warner and Weber International from Florida. Cobbler. Warman block at the line by Banks. Rams come within 2 of finishing out this set. Cobbler. Albert. Block Litzer. They would recover. Set point. And a timeout called by Thomas Moore. Saints head coached by Zach Ober, assistant Darian McDowell. All quiet here in the dome. A little too quiet.
It's crazy how the second the ball's not moving around, you hear nothing.
Hear nothing. As I mentioned that the Thomas Moore was head coached by Zach Ober. I saw him shooting some layups earlier, and he missed quite a few of them. So I don't know what that tells you about his coaching style, but if you can't make a layup, what can you do? As Caleb Ward serving. It's set point. Cobbler. Albert blocked the line. It'll go back. Cobbler. Push across.
Small little errors at the end of the game that you can't be making. Touching that net, missing serves. Crucial points.
Litzler with the serve. Mutter. Word. They get from Diaz. Blocked. Hernandez. Word. Diaz again. Litzler puts it up. Cobbler with the set. Blocked at the line from Gadiel Diaz. And the Rams take set number 2, 25-22. We'll be back here shortly with set number 3. Please stick around. And we're back here for set number 3. Rams currently lead 2-0. Kirsten, kind of talk about what it's like to be on that two-set win. You got to be careful you don't give it up in set 3 through 5.
Yeah, the only problem with winning 2 sets right in a row, but back-to-back in close games, is you can start to almost loosen up a little because you know you're doing good. You've gotten those points. You've won the 2 sets. You're like, oh, we can loosen up a little. Like, oh, we're going to win this anyway. And that's one thing Bluefield needs to make sure they don't do is start making those small errors because they aren't doing as much as they normally are, which from that first point already, they're making those small errors.
And I know that is something that the women's volleyball team definitely battled with this season, but seemed to have corrected about midway through. What were some of the things that you guys had to do in order to prevent certain things like that from occurring?
I'll be honest, our team, every time we won 2 sets, almost every single time, we tended to lose the 3rd set. And then we'd get down and we'd lose the 4th. And then if we made it to a 5th set, our team would get very tired easily. And I think that's one thing we're working this spring on, getting conditioned and being fit and ready for it. And I think our team generally could make it to 10 sets at this point where we're at right now. Like, we're very conditioned, we're ready for this game. And I think genuinely that it's hard on mental and mentality in your head because you're like, oh, we won the 2 sets. Like, all we got to do is win this, like, easy, no big deal. And then you let up. And that's hopefully what they don't do because our team struggled with that a lot in the fall. And then towards the end of the season, we were kind of like, we want to win. We're sick of going to 5 sets. Like, let's go home. Let's do our homework. Get some sleep. Like, let's just win already. We know we can. It's just all mental. You got to know you can do it before you do it.
And the big hit from number 13, Tanner Miller. So Ralston's going to go back to serve as the Rams, almost lost my paper there, tied up 2-2. Boston. Litzler. Block attempt. Veers out. 3-2. And I still have yet to figure out what number 14's name is. But Saints currently lead 3 sets. Rams currently lead 2 sets to none. Fernandez blocked at the line. 4-2. Word. Fernandez pulls it over. Blocked at the line by Alvaro Grande. Brings the Rams within 1. Number 14, his name has finally been found. Only took us 2 sets. His name's Q Roberts from Los Angeles, California. Oh, that's kind of dope. From LA. Never been to California in my life.
I've been there twice, actually. With my friend, back in high school, we went my freshman year and my junior year. Went to the Hollywood, Los Angeles, Thousand Oaks, Malibu area. Lots of fun, beautiful place.
Cobbler. Morales. The kick from Robinson, recovered by Litzler.
That was an amazing save by their libero.
Too much power from Alvaro Grande. 5-4. Litzler, the libero. Sporting the very interesting libero shirt. That's put over. Word. Robinson will get the kill. Cobbler not too happy with that one. Tied up 5-5. Robinson. Roberts. Word. Grande with the big hit. It'll be called in. 6-5.
That definitely helped the energy on their side. They were starting to fall apart a little bit, and that kill right there helped them get back up on their feet, have a little bit of excitement for the game. And it definitely showed with that serve by Robinson. That was a beautiful topspin.
Entire Bluefield bench getting fired up. Robinson to serve again. Gobbler. Martin. Robinson blocked by Albert. Score now 7-6. Mutter coming in. And Young back to serve. Service error that's been plaguing Thomas More all morning. Ferdinand Morales, a young gun out of Puerto Rico, to serve. Litzler, Young, Cobbler with the kill. 8-7. Rams getting a little frustrated. Albert. And a kill from Gadiel Diaz. I believe they put on that score wrong. Should be 9-7. That's whatever. We know what's right. Word to serve. There we go.
Looks like they're fixing it right now, looking over the book, making sure.
Well, it was 8-7, and then Bluefield scored. So unless my kindergarten math is failing me.
Well, I'm a math major, and I can tell you it's supposed to be 9-7.
See, we have the expert on the subject. Oh, I know a couple of math majors, and I know that the math that you guys do is insane. Oh my gosh. You guys are going to say the score is effectively 9-8. Young puts it back. Alver. Word. A hit by Banks. No one there to recover. 9-9. Even our statistician says it's 9-8. So I'm going to go with 9-8. Mutter. Hernandez. Young. Cobbler puts it over. Young. Roberts blocked. Puts it back up. Young. Cobbler back to the line by Fernandez and Banks. 10-8. Gagnon to serve. Diaz with the unreturnable. Score 11-8. I guess we've given up on the scoreboard here. Young. Werman matching an unreturnable to Diaz. 11-9.
What do you have right now? Now it's 11-9.
Robinson with the kill. Serve from Albert. Serve from Roberts. Albert punches it over. Robinson. Litzler puts it up. Roberts. We're trying to recover. Big hit from Morales.
Beautiful save.
Too much from Word. Honestly, I'm still lost in the score.
Yeah, it seems down there they're having a little bit of difficulties figuring out who is right and who missed a point and who thought that we had a whole extra point in this game today.
Another serving error. 13-11. Cobbler. Over by Miller. Robinson. Cobbler saves it. Word. Grande blocked the line. We're going to call the point in favor of Thomas More.
I will say it definitely looked like there was a touch on that. I could even hear it a little, so that's a tough decision as well, but that's on the line judges and the up ref if they don't see that.
Diaz. Robinson. Another touch. Ties it up 13-all. A little too much heat from Devin Robinson. Makes it 14-13. It goes out by Casson, tying it up 14-all. We apologize. We had some technical difficulties. Young with the serve. Litzler. Litzler, Young. Point going to Bluefield. I guess Bluefield's going to have to come back from some ghost points if they're going to want to win this set. Morales. Young. Albert.
That was a beautiful play by those two.
Blocked the line. Young tries to put it over. Atkins with the kill. Wow.
That ball was literally the perfect spot for him.
The man from Raysaw, West Virginia, brings it within 2. We'll be back shortly on the Rams Digital Sports Network. And we're back. Morales. That drops in Young. Casson gets past the Rams defense. Mutter. Litzler. Young. Diaz with the kill. And the freshman phenom continues his campaign here at Bluefield. Diaz. May have missed. No, he is from Puerto Rico. My camera guy made me think otherwise. As that drops, point Bluefield. Check that. Point's going to go to Thomas Moore. Gagnon to serve. Butter. Roberts. Diaz with the unreturnable. Rams come within 2. The San Lorenzo native in the serving block. Service error. Morales. Give that point to Bluefield. 2018, Boston to serve. Litzler. Over by Miller, no good. Runs into the net, 2019. Boston with the second serve. Roberts. Cobbler, Miller with too much heat. Rams tie up the score 20-20. Trying to put the period on this statement. Litzler
Beautiful
out
serve.
with a couple confusions. Hernandez with the kill. 21-20. Rams take the lead. What a turn of events, Kirsten.
This game is definitely turned around now that Bluefield's starting to realize they're like, oh man, we're getting towards the end of the set. We probably should play.
We probably should play. Yeah, and they're coming back.
You can even tell with the last 5 points how much harder they've worked for it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 21, let me reset it for you. 21-20 here in the third set. Rams coming back from a deficit. I don't even think they put themselves in. But they're showing why they're the better team here in the Mid-South Conference after beating Rio Grande in Midway on the road, finally having their home opener here at the Dome, where you'll be seeing them play quite a bit this season. Next home event, I believe Kirsten said, is going to be a tri-match with Cumberland University in Lebanon, Tennessee, the Phoenix, and Carolina University, the Bruins, as they make their way up from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Serve from Boston. Roberts. Cobbler sets it. Albert off the fist of Boston. Boston fired up. As Hugh Roberts from LA to serve. Tied up 21 all. Points of Bluefield and a little jig from Leo Fernandez.
This team is definitely one that you will see do some of the most random dance moves when they get a kill, but it fires everyone up and it works.
Serve from Martin. Albert. Diaz under it. Robinson. Roberts. Litzler. Pushed right into the net from Roberts. Makes it 23-21. Tony Martin from Newport News, Virginia, to serve. Litzler. Blocked. Great recovery. They're going to call the Rams on a lift. 23-22 as Litzler, the libero, goes back to serve. Blocked. Rams not able to get there in time. 23-23 as Litzler will go back to serve again. And a timeout called. I'm guessing Bluefield. Kirsten, what's Bluefield going to have to do to finish out this set and get the sweep?
Definitely going to have to take a deep breath. I think both teams are a little overly excited right now. Like, there's a difference between being excited and energetic and being a little too far where you start making those small mistakes because you're so excited to do it and to go up there and hit that ball. I think right now they almost need to take a deep breath, realize that it's a 2-point game right now. Like, whoever gets the next 2 points first wins. And obviously you still have to win by 2, so if they can get this point, and it's going to go back and forth unless someone decides who wants it better.
23-23, Rams 2 points away from match point. Rams looking to get the sweep over Thomas More. Dome almost falls silent. Litzler gets the all clear. The serve. Robinson, and that'll drop in. It's match point, ladies and gentlemen. And the man himself, Devin Robinson, the junior from Richmond, Virginia, will get his chance to end it here. Roberts, Cobbler, pushed over by Word, Litzler. Roberts, Martin there. Morales. Diaz drops it on the far corner. Rams win 25-23 and sweep the Thomas More Rams. Kirsten, what'd you make of that match?
I definitely think both teams were very equal. Obviously, Bluefield came out and a little bit stronger. I think they have more of the power hitters, where Thomas More made some of the more smaller mistakes, like their missed serves that they constantly kept making, or tipping it into the net, or hitting it into the net and hitting it out. Like those small little errors that I think they definitely need to clean up. And they have a very strong team in general, and they definitely have some great potential. And they fought with Bluefield the entire time. Each game was close within 2-3 points. And I definitely think that for future reference for them, they just need to clean up those smaller mistakes, which Bluefield kind of execute a little bit better.
Well, I think Kirsten said it best. It's the Rams take it in 3 sets, finishing this last one 25-23. Vice President Flowers to give the prayer. And ladies and gentlemen, that's your volleyball game. We'll be back here shortly, possibly with a post-game interview. Please stick around and we'll let you know. Thank you for all of you guys for tuning in on the Rams Digital Sports Network. 1. Rams win this one in 3 sets, sweeping the Thomas More Saints. I'm here with Tony Martin. Tony, what'd you guys make of that win?
Hey, it's just a team win altogether. We fought. We were down 2, and I just like to see our team fight.
Now, of course, it was a very back-and-forth match. What kind of kept you guys going to not give up some of those easier points? You guys really capitalized on some of the service errors that Rams were, and you guys had just such great chemistry on the court today.
Yeah, you just practice how you play. I feel like we get put in tougher situations in practice, so being down is comfortable for us. We're comfortable being uncomfortable for sure.
And I'm not too sure what was going on with the scoreboard in match 3, and I think you guys came back from a deficit. You guys didn't put yourselves in. You know, how did something like that not affect you guys?
Coach Alvarez says it all the time, leave no doubt. You can't let the refs make the decisions. We got to play, and we got to play aggressive and leave no doubt.
Well, tell everybody why they need to tune in next week for your guys' tri-match.
Hey, it's going to be a movie for sure, so just come. You won't be disappointed, I promise.
Oh, Tony, thank you guys so much. Congratulations on this win.
Hey, thank you.
And thank you guys so much for watching us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and take it easy, Rams fans.